Hey guys, how you doing today? It is Friday, April 26th. We have numbers of 26 and 24. Okay, so that's about taking care of needs as a team or working together to show your love through service or showing your love through service in a way that balances things out. 26 also equals 8, which is a number of leadership. It's legacy, it's infinity, it's alpha and omega, okay? Stepping into divinity, stepping into your power. Excuse me. And then we have number 24, which is about manifesting a balance, manifesting a team, or both of you being grounded or a grounded, stable, controlled kind of partnership. 4 is a number of manifestations, so you are manifesting this into the physical. It's with all these 2s, it feels like you're manifesting some kind of partnership or some kind of team where you guys take care of each other. This is a solid commitment. Yeah, can also be commitment. To look at my cards to see if they're reversed. First one out is reversed. 8 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so some of you guys may be feeling the effects of Jupiter retrograde. You may be feeling a little lazy or you're having trouble getting things done. It might be because you're just so tired from all this healing or from this heavy emotional baggage going on with Pluto retrograde and Saturn going retrograde tomorrow. It could also be the Jupiter retrograde, like I said, feeling lazy or just having low energy. So some of you guys could actually be sick. And because this is a Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, it kind of makes me feel you're physically sick. You're physically tired. This is not a mental thing. It could be... with Venus and Aries, maybe you just have a headache because there's so much going on. Things haven't really slowed down all that much. Even though it's a retrograde, you think things would be slowing down, but you're really quite busy. So it's okay if you need to take time off for some self-care, okay? Because some of you guys could be sick. Some of you guys could have some kind of limiting physical disability. Like, I don't know, maybe you broke your ribs, or you're about to have a child, or you just had a child, or injuries. So this is distinctly Sagittarius. We have 2 cards of... besides the Jupiter being, 8 of Pentacles being reversed, tells me Jupiter retrograde. We also have the Queen of Wands, which is representative of fire energy. Okay, so it could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. But with this one, I feel it's a mix of Leo and Sagittarius. I see Sagittarius. Reason why is because of this card being reversed, Jupiter retrograde. Also, too, at this time, watch your money because you tend to... have bad judgment or weak judgment during the Jupiter retrograde. Okay, we got double. This is Jupiter retrograde in Sagittarius, guys. So you could be taking a few days off of work because you want to, not because you have to. Like I says, me time to do some grounding, some physically grounding work. What else? This is like the internal optimist. The Queen of Wands is inspiration. Okay, she confronts her problems head on. She works towards healing. She shares her information. She is an inspiration to others. People look at her like, wow, how the hell does she do that? How does she do that? And they also like to say, damn, she's sexy. So another thing that stands out is don't gamble. You're creating a legacy. Right now, you might be taking a risk that's too big also. I won't know until I see the other cards, but this is several characteristics of the Jupiter retrograde and Sagittarius. You also may take a few days off at work to play hooky. just for me time. Okay, so you know there's several different things here. Either you're forced to take time off, or you're made to take time off because of external forces, be it physical, or maybe your boss says take a couple days off, you need to rest. Or you could be playing like hooky and going to the beach, spending time alone to reflect and meditate and ground yourself. You're always on the go. You talk to a lot of people. There's a lot of traveling back and forth, always on an adventure. So yeah, at this time you could literally take off of work for an adventure, or you're traveling a journey and you're forced to take off of work. All this is saying, don't be foolish with your money, okay? You might feel like spending a lot on yourself. You know, if you want to buy something small, but don't, you know, don't splurge. There's a thing called, I want to say sybaritic excess, but that's not the phrase I'm looking for. Fatal optimism, in which you push things too far. Okay, so, you know, I guess in certain things, it's okay to push the envelope and think big. That's totally Jupiter and Sagittarius expansion. But also to keep a rein on things and don't be foolish, squandering your resources. 8th house, shared resources. Somebody might foolishly spend money on something, and then you have to address it. What else was I going to say too? Something else came to me. Not having the money for things and still persisting, still pushing forward with determination. They're telling me Energizer Bunny. She keeps going and going and going. So yeah, you know, if you did have to take a few days off of work, nobody's going to fault you. You guys could also notice that you've been slowly expanding in the waistline, among other things. You could be acknowledging that, yes, I am expanding, but I can't do anything about it right now. So a lot of you guys, some of you guys are trying to exercise or practice some kind of healthier habits in order to lose weight, or brush up your self-image, how you appear to people. That speaks to the Saturn retrograde. The clock is ticking, time is going by, I'm too old for this kind of shit. I'm too old to be chained, is what I'm hearing. Okay, anyways, next cards. King of Pentacles and Princess of Swords. Okay, King of Pentacles is decisive action. This is physical. This is somebody who works with their hands. They're very instinctual. They're in tune with nature. They're very generous. This is the wise investor that is willing to invest in you. Princess of Swords is protect your information. This is also spying. Ideas, wanting to invest in your ideas. If you have a partner, this partner is willing to invest in you, and it looks like at this time he's willing to invest in your ideas. There's some information that you may be communicating to him that they're willing to work together with you. You guys are a team. You guys have already decided it. Maybe this weekend, I know a lot of people are working. A lot of people have been busy. Maybe this weekend you're going to be like, honey, I'm feeling lazy. I don't really want to work around the house. I don't really want to work in the yard. Let's go do something different. Let's go have some fun finally. Also, you know, Leo energy. And you propose these ideas to your partner and they're like, yeah, what a great idea. Let's go here. I'm going to take you out to breakfast first thing, you know, and then you guys go, you're making plans. You're making plans and your partner is investing energy in that plans, meaning you guys are discussing it or you're throwing ideas out there and the partner's giving it some thought. If you are single, this could be somebody, a partnership in business or just a friend, or this could even be your father or an uncle. This feels like an older gentleman, probably some type of physical laborer or construction worker, a builder. This person is very well manifested. They are capable, they have great physical skill that enables them to make money, and they're generous with it. They're protective. They're supposed to protect you. So they're giving thought to some ideas that you've presented to them, and they could also be spying on you in some way. Could be they're checking your phone. Could be they're checking their own phone, looking at previous text messages. And it's not necessarily you. Now, guys, I have to say that time is relative and energy is fluid. This doesn't mean that this is for today. This could have happened previously. This could be happening in the future. It could be happening right now. When I say male or female, it doesn't mean the physical male or female. It means the energy of a the energy inside a physical form, okay? So if I say the male energy, it could be a male energy inside a female, or the feminine energy inside a male. As a matter of fact, both people, if you are in a relationship, you have both. And it's just at different times when you work on different lessons in order to build different skills. It doesn't feel like you guys are working on the same things together at the same time, but with the twin flames, there's a sense of union or push to move towards union. So recently, you guys have made solid commitments or promises to each other or to yourself, or in some kind of contract or some kind of agreement. You know, have you ever heard of the book, The Four Agreements? So you guys have promised not necessarily each other, but you've promised yourselves not to react to this situation like you have in previous relationships, to not be scared, to press forward with an open heart and an open mind, because you guys are building. Okay, so the ideas, I feel they're not immature, but they're new. These are fresh, young ideas. Feels like that you're trying to spice up the relationship or actually have some genuine fun after a period of dull and dreadful work. And especially with this Pluto and Saturn retrograde coming, those are cold, dark places, okay? Very cold, dark places, and sometimes you need to spend some physical time in some physical sun. Okay, so the Lovers is the very next card. This is about love. It's about healing. It's about having several choices, having more than one choice and making the correct choice, not shifting the blame to anybody, not playing the victim, but in fact saving yourself by doing the right thing. Not sure what the right thing is. If the right thing is to invest in this relationship and continue building, or if it's to not bring past expectations into this relationship. For those of you who are single, the Lovers can represent love and healing, loving yourself, being supported by the family, doing what you feel is right and not worrying about anybody else's expectations. Taking sole responsibility for yourself and your well-being. And just, same thing too, not saying why did the world do this to me? Why me? Instead saying, all right, well, this sucks, but look, this is what I can do about it. I'm not happy with it, but I know how I can find I know how, blah, 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 but I know a way that I can be happy. Okay, and then you get to work and you start picking the right choices. Okay, removing your fear, removing your anger, removing any emotions from any confrontations or situations you come into contact with, because believe me, you will be tested. This is a test. This is also temptation. Being tempted and saying no thank you and walking away. Okay, then we have the star card. So what have we got here? Sagittarius, Jupiter retrograde in Sagittarius. We've got Libra, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This partner that you're working with, they've got Earth somewhere in their chart. I don't know if it's a sun, moon, or a rising, but the sun is in Taurus, so there's a lot of reflection and a lot of light being shone on comforts and security. So this person, I feel like, has Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Princess of Swords. This makes me feel like a young Libra child, a little child that has ideas. Some of you guys might have some children that might be coming up with some outstanding ideas, and you want to put your support behind them, your resources, your energy, your love, your attention, your money. You want to invest in this younger person's ideas. But then again, it doesn't have to be a child. It could just be somebody young at heart. This makes me feel like swords are air signs. So this makes me feel like Libra. Just because she's holding, you see how she's holding a scroll? That's literary. Possibly somebody, if you do any kind of writing or a blog or a column, or if you're writing a book or something that involves literary skills, there might be somebody coming that wants to invest in what you're doing. They like your ideas. Huh. I want to say this can be a job offer, but I don't see. This could be somebody coming to you saying, I'd like to invest, I've seen your writing, I'd like to invest in what you're doing, because they've already scrolled through, yeah, Princess of Swords, spying. They've already looked at your writing. Now, it's not necessary that you publish your writings, but you could publish it in social media in a matter of different ways. A show, some kind of public venue, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all those things where you can create video. Okay, some will be off the top of their heads, ad-libbing, and others, like me, I have to prepare the horoscopes, literally doing a research paper, and then I make the video for it. Okay, so somebody's watching, somebody's admiring your writing, and they like your ideas. They're either paying close attention to it, or they want to invest in you. And with this lucky expansion, when this person finally does contact you, you're going to be like jumping for joy inside. They like what you have to say. They like that you tell your story. They like the tools that you give other people to help them heal, because it worked for you. Okay, lovers and the stars. Lovers can be Gemini, okay? And Gemini, sometimes they deal with this indecision and anxieties. I don't see anxiety here. I do see a decision, but I don't see indecision. There was a definite, immediate choice, no hesitation when the temptation was presented, okay? And the star represents Aquarius. Now, Aquarius has been coming up a lot. They're going through quite a bit. This conjunction with the moon, well, the other day, today the moon is, as of yesterday, the moon moved into Aquarius. But we had a preview with, actually today, moon is in Aquarius. So yesterday we had that preview with the moon, Pluto retrograde, Saturn retrograde, right over the south node. Okay, and I believe it's tomorrow. Or am I looking at next week's horoscope? I can't ever remember. I'm at the end of next week's horoscope, and I'll be filming it here shortly. I can never remember, but it's a preview for the junction. What's your function? The conjunction, just like in the dark crystal, when everything aligns. Well, anyways, all the air signs are getting hit, but the Aquarius is especially hard because this is in their 12th house. Okay, they're being forced to make ho'opono, to make things right, to get closure, a second chance to do things right, okay, before you get spanked and suffer any more consequences. You can reverse your karma at this time because of that. But the star also represents hope and healing, okay, after a traumatic period. So you've got two optimistic hope looking towards the future cards. Very good. The star card is also a card of wishes. What would you like to have for the rest of your life? How would you like to be? What would you like to own? Where would you like to be? I don't want to say who would you like to be because we're already figuring that out. Okay, we're going to be our authentic selves. I don't want to be you. I want to be free to be me. Okay, so somebody's getting a wish granted here because they made the right choice. Oh, so some of you are having questions, and do I keep putting in energy into this relationship or this partnership? Because it feels like the other person is finally stepping up to invest in you. And then you kind of wanted to pull back a little bit, but you can't do that. When you're holding back, you're coming from a 3D place. You're holding back to be vindictive, to teach them a lesson. That's 3D. It is not your responsibility to dole out karma unless the universe provides you with that opportunity. Okay, you are not to sway power over anyone. Okay, that is what this conjunction is about also. Not only are we... Sorry. Oh, so I try to tell people that they need to like walk in here so I know they're coming and not yell from outside, because otherwise everybody has to hear my business or their business. Okay, 3 of Pentacles and 10 of Wands. Okay, so don't pull back. You are to love no matter what. You are to come from a place of compassion and understanding no matter what. So keep going. Work with this person. Okay, and in addition to that, you guys might be moving or getting prepped to move, so you might be doing a lot of things around the house, except for this weekend when you decide to go and have fun. Yeah, they're building with you, so they're trying to open up also. They're trying not to oppress you. They're trying to be as fair as they can. They're pressed for money. Everybody is pressed for money right now, but they're not taking it out on you. Okay, instead they're being grateful. Prince of Hearts here. They're being really grateful that they have you to back them up, and that they're not doing this alone. The Prince of Hearts can be like an apology. It's Prince Charming. Okay, I love you, an offer of love. I feel like the reason why there's no discussion is because this person is a person of action. They physically do things rather than talk about it. That's why I said Capricorn, you know, the issues with the emotions. But also at the same time, too, somebody's very literary. They can be wordy, so I feel like they're more thinking. One person just shows through action. Okay, that's also Venus and Aries, being very demonstrative. That's what this is. Being demonstrative in the relationship, showing that you care by not loving or owning. Okay, and the other person is busy with literary pursuits. So there's thinking, there's research, there's writing, there's reading, there's communication. So when you guys come together, it's a lot of fun, and you guys are on the same level when you're doing these things. They love you. This is, I love you. Thank you for having my back. Thank you for helping me when I needed you the most, is what I just heard. Okay, so they need you. That's why you can't pull back. That's why you're in a relationship, right? Is because you have each other's back. You support each other. The devil. Okay, so the devil can be about self-sabotage. This can also be about power. This can be about seriousness. The devil is Capricorn energy. I mean, this transformation here is making things right, being fair, more balanced, having another chance to make things right, going back in time to where you're greedy and selfish and tried to take power from this person, trying to own them, trying to have power over them. That's no more. Now you are serious about the relationship. You are serious about love. Okay, and it's changed you. You're starting to feel more secure. And you can go about your business. Capricorn is big business money. So, big business money. Big business and money. It's big business. It's serious business. It's corporate. It's the professional. So you guys are handling this new commitment in the relationship like champs. You guys are working together like you should. It's fair. It's balanced. The devil isn't always about terrible things, but then there are some of you out there where somebody is being greedy. They're stealing power from you. They're trying to make themselves feel more powerful than you. Then they tell you they love you, okay, and then they want something else from you. That would be the succubus. There are still those people out there who are having issues with that. The retrogrades haven't hit them because their natal charts are at different degrees or later degrees, but don't worry, eventually it will hit them. These outer planetary transits affect everyone. And when Pluto and Saturn are retrograde and conjunct each other, this is a stunning event. It only happens every 92 years. Okay, so about once a century this is going to happen. This is literally a once-in-a-lifetime chance to go back in time and restore yourself, restore your faith, restore other people's faith in you, and to fix things. There's a wanting to fix things. Because of changes within the self. 15. There could be, like I was saying, there could be an offer. Here is that communication. I love what you do. You're so powerful. You're a leader. You don't let anything hold you back. I'd like to work on a project with you. And that could be what this big business element of this is for. So whatever this project is, whoever wants to invest in your ideas, this could be something big. This could be the start of something beautiful and serious. So we got a big chunk that fell out. Only this deck does this, but it doesn't do it every time. It always astounds me. When they fall out in a chunk like this, this usually means information integration. And seeing that we've been getting a lot of Schumann resonance in the last week or so, as a matter of fact, I knew I was feeling something. I checked it and I saw the posting this morning, and it's never really stopped since I think the 24th. There was a constant high blast, okay? And then they pulsed again today. 111. Okay. Sometimes it's DNA upgrades. Sometimes it's information coding. Sometimes it's physical upgrades, like your neurotransmitters. It feels like when your brain's percolating because they're creating new neurotransmitters. They're installing programming into your brain. Okay, so you're going to be able to access this information, or this is going to be like a flash before your eyes because of the Pluto-Saturn retrograde conjunction. You know, the, what was I calling it? The Capricorn espresso. Seriously wired, literally. Okay, so what do we have here? We have Queen of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Two of Swords, the Sun, Nine of Pentacles, the Moon, Eight of Swords, and the Tower. You may be facing a choice. You have to look at yourself, okay? If I am not all in this relationship, there will be consequences. If I'm too distant, too detached, if I don't open up, it's an internal conflict. Five of Wands. Five of Wands is fighting, conflict, competition. This feels like the DM energy. Five of Wands, conflict, internal conflict, wanting to fight and projecting. Fearful projecting. So somebody is walking away from that. That is what this retrograde is going to bring them. The Metallica song I keep hearing. Flash before my eyes. Now it's time to die. Pluto retrograde. Burning in my brain. I can feel the pain. Saturn retrograde. So yeah, it's going to come to their recognition that they need to cut that shit out, okay? They can't be single. You can't be acting single in a coupledom. This is something that you're building, okay? You also have to be open and let people know what you're feeling. Like, you come home and like, God, I'm really pissed at the guy I'm working with. What an asshole, blah, blah, blah. And then you leave it there, right? You're supposed to be able to unburden to your partner. If this is a safe place for them to grieve or bitch or bounce off of you, you know, bounce off of your board, okay? Five of Wands is the internal conflict, the fighting. There is a new factor here. Maybe this person with the DM energy, divine male energy, is realizing that this is how they feel. They cannot act out. They need to define their feelings because they're realizing that there's consequences. And what are the consequences? Well, if you lose your shit, Two of Swords, you might decide to lose your shit, and then things could get really explosive and draining emotionally. Sun and Taurus, it could be really uncomfortable, or you lose your shit when you're feeling uncomfortable and not secure, when you don't have material possessions, all the comforts of home. It makes you act out. And it can be quite stubborn. You can be stubborn, the energy can be stubborn, or it can stubbornly drain you if you don't let it go and try your best to stay balanced, body, mind, and soul. What you gonna do? How you gonna act? You're gonna act like an ass? Are you gonna say, I don't want to help you, I'm just going to take care of myself, I want to be single? You need to get that right out of your mind. If you're in this commitment, the other person is putting in for you. You need to put back equally. If you want to be single, then release them. This means you're the sucky bitch. Manipulation at its finest. I've gotten what I need from you. Now you need to go. I need to be on my own. That's not how it works, okay? Unless this person is really, really toxic. For some of you guys, they'll be toxic and selfish. For others, they're being confronted with their own toxicity, okay? And they want to run, they want to hide, they don't want to feel it, but they're feeling anger. So they realize that they need to take their energy back from negative things. Nine of Pentacles, yet another independent energy. And this is abundance, living your best life, okay? Unconditional love, flying free. Do you let the negative, toxic things drain you, or do you fly free and take back your energy, thereby taking back your power? Flipping the script so that you feel powerful instead of powerless, okay? Then we have the Moon, Eight of Swords, and the Tower. Okay, so the Moon is about healing. It's things coming up to the surface from the subconscious and the unconscious. Now, with the retrograde action, we're going to have things coming back up anyways. So there could be some secrets revealed. But it could also be that somebody's holding on to a secret, or they've been having dreams that they're not telling you. These could be fearful dreams in which they feel very vulnerable. Or this could be dreams of fighting with somebody. Something tells me that my ears just went out, guys. I'm getting tones in my left ears. They both just went out. Something tells me that they're thinking about situations from the past. The 6, healing, making the right choice. There could be somebody that they're speaking to that has come back from the past. They're not telling you anything because it feels like it's private, and they feel like it would really, really hurt you. So they're sitting on the decision of whether to say anything, because they fear if they told you that this person came back and tried to, bait them back into their lives, that you would lose their shit and just call off the entire relationship. But if you're kind and understanding, you guys can work this out, because literally this is a wrap-up of karma. Okay, so you may need to make apologies despite your partner. And yes, you can say them privately, but you can always casually mention in the end, or one of my ex-girlfriends called me, she's trying to get back to me, bah, ha, ha, ha. I don't think so, I love you, baby. That kind of deal, where they reveal something happened and try not to make it a big deal and hope that you don't freak the fuck out. For some of you guys, you will freak the hell out because they don't belong talking to this ex. For some, the first word from the ex should have been, hey, how are you doing? And the answer should have been, well, what the fuck do you want? I'm not interested in what you have to sell. We had something once, but I'm not that person. We can't have that relationship again. Besides, I'm already in love. I have somebody that inspires me to do better. Somebody that challenges me to level up. Okay? It's a bit of enlightenment. It's enlightenment too. For those of you who freak out, it's total destruction. The relationship might end because somebody's angry about somebody else having the opportunity to get closure. They're not looking at it correctly. Okay, so I kind of want to get a little bit more information on this tower. Tower and the devil, enlightenment, toxicity, or it could be serious business. And but the thing is, by talking to this person and getting closure, you could have walked away from a potentially bigger tower moment, something that was more explosive. So, you did do the right thing, and you did keep it secret for a reason. But eventually, there's a little bit of guilt there that you're not saying anything because you should be open with your partner. But, if you're meant to tell this to your partner, you will be given the opportunity to do so. Okay, and it was something that you definitely had to take, muster all your courage, because you got the strength card. Okay. This is what it's going to be from now on. You are solid. You're committed to this person. So anytime there's a temptation, you're immediately saying, nah, no, thank you. That kind of deal. Making it a habit to walk away from temptation. Not putting yourself in that place where before you used to. Not allowing the triggers to get you. Or not even being in the place where you could be triggered, right? 3 of Pentacles. Also, too, not being triggered when you feel like you're the only one carrying the load. Know that you're helping and that the energy will return to you eventually. Yeah, some of you guys are going to have to suck it up. Suck it up. I know you've been giving, and they've been taking. Now they're starting to give back a little bit. I mean, don't open the floodgates. Don't just to help them all in, but help when you need to, and it will come back to you. But you've got to release your expectations, okay? Give from a place of love. What do we got? Prince of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Emperor. Prince of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Emperor. Like I said, guys, you have real love. Okay, so this person is going to rebuke any temptations. He's not going to be selfish. It's going to take all the courage, and with practice it will become natural for them to be brave and walk away and just say, nope, I got the love of my life and I am hot for her. I already got what I want. I'm going to marry that girl one day. Well, I don't see the marry card here, but there's a lot of ambition and a lot of passion as they communicate, I love you, you know, shouting from the top of the cliff like the fool, you know, jumping, taking that chance. Emperor. So somebody is wanting to be your emperor, okay? They're going to be your emperor. They want to be beside you as you've always been beside them. Wow, we are back up to 40 minutes again. These readings have been so long. 40. Universe, just one card, please. One card of advice for today, April 26th. There it is. That's the one. Okay, guys. Yeah, see this, all this information, like I said, flash before the eyes. Huikala. Clearing, to absolve, to release. That is what's going on here. They're figuring out what they need to release and how they need to go about it. 34, yep. Meditating ideas or grounding beliefs. My intention is to clear my being and my space of all detrimental energy. That's this. And to replace that energy with divine love and light. True clearing is facilitated by transmuting energetic and emotional cords. When you feel discord with another person, that's all these, you can consciously sever the energetic patterns between you. This doesn't end the relationship, but it allows for the connection to evolve into a more honoring place. By visualizing these cords of energy being cut, yep, that's this one, being cut, being cut, or dissolved and replaced with light and love. Where'd it go? The Ace of Cups right there. Real love right here. Okay, when you can imagine them being cut or dissolved and replaced with light and love, you can reclaim yourself and let the positive flow of energy into your life and your relationships. All right, guys, if that doesn't wrap it up, I don't know what does. Love you guys. I'll see you guys Monday. Guess I got to do a weekend edition too, huh? All right. Love you. Take care.